So good morning everyone. I hope everybody is doing fine. So I believe the screen is visible to everyone. Question number 18 was given as a homework. So over here alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial. Find the quadratic polynomials whose zeros are this and this. So first of all you'll have to find over here alpha and beta from this one. Can we find alpha and beta? Alpha plus beta over here is 3, alpha beta is minus 2. So once we have this, can we calculate alpha and beta from here? Anyone? First of all, you have to calculate alpha minus beta. How will you do that? The easiest way to do this is equals to alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. Substitute in this equation, you will get alpha minus beta. Once you get alpha minus beta, this will be equation 1, this will be equation 2. You solve this by elimination method to get alpha and beta. उसके बाद अल्फा बीटा इसमें डालो, you will get two zeros. उसके बाद you can form the quadratic polynomial as sum of the roots, product of the roots. Clear? Over here, however, yeah, you can do it directly also. When you cross multiply, you will see that 3 comes out common. Over here, alpha square, beta square. However, once you have to use a formula. If you do it using this method, you will get alpha and beta, right? Once you get alpha beta, you substitute out here to get the roots of the polynomial. उसके बाद find the sum of the roots and product of the roots. This method, sometimes it can happen that this is going very long. Yes or no? This method you can see it goes very long. Let's try out using this method. How much will you get alpha minus beta? Anyone? Anyone tell me how much you will get alpha minus beta? Nobody has done it. So let's do it now. Tell me now alpha minus beta, fast. This is whole square. Alpha plus beta, this will come 9, this will come 4 into 2, 8. Minus 2, minus 3, minus b by 8 is 3. How much is alpha minus beta? Root over 17, yes or no? How can you find out this? Tell me the value for alpha now. Tell me the value for alpha. Anyone? Add up both the equations. 3 plus root 17 by 2 is your alpha. And beta? Alpha minus root 17. So it will be basically 3 plus root 17 minus 2 root 17 by 2. The beta will come out to be 3 minus root 17 by 2. This is our beta. Can we calculate this one? 12 alpha plus beta. 12 alpha plus beta will be equals to 12 into alpha is this 3 plus root 17 by 2 plus beta is 3 plus root 17 by 2. This is minus. यहाँ पे you multiply this thing, you will get 18 plus 6 root 17 plus 3 by 2 minus root 17 by 2. You will get one root out here. This will be your entire one root. Next root will be alpha plus 2 beta, 12 beta. You will get one more root. Once you get that alpha and beta, you substitute it in this equation, you will get the root as this. Clear? Or if you don't want to do it this way, you can try out this way. But this way, if you do it for the first time, you will never be sure that you will get the answer. Okay? You will never be sure that you will get the answer if you do it this way. But doing it in this way will give you an assurity that you might get an answer. Okay? Because after proceeding with something, you should be very sure that you will get the answer. Only then you should proceed. Clear? How many were able to do this numerical? Please tell me now. How many were able to do this numerical? No one. Bodhishwato? Agnik?
I was absent on yesterday's class.
Sorry?
Sir, I did not attend yesterday's class.
अच्छा बोधिसत्व देवाशीष त्रिदीप प्रत्यय you want time to copy this down?
Yes, sir.
I'll pause the video, kindly copy it down step by step.
Okay.
We'll start with question number 19 now. What we need to do? Alpha, beta are the zeros of this polynomial. Form a polynomial whose zeros are this and this. First tell me what is alpha and beta. Tell me what is alpha and beta. Anyone? It will be very simple. It is a very simple ask over here. Directly calculate alpha and beta. Or if you don't want to calculate alpha and beta, you obviously know the sum of zeros, this plus this. Yes or no? You will get a formulation as such. Yes or no? Or you say, so how did this come? You expand this 2ab gone. You will get a square, alpha square plus beta square. You know the formula for this. Clear? Can you substitute alpha plus beta, alpha beta over here to get the sum of zeros of the new polynomial? उसके बाद product of the zeros will be calculated as this is your sum of zeros. Product of the zeros this into this. So this entire thing will become alpha plus beta whole square as it is, and alpha minus beta formula is this. Yes? Clear? Product of the zeros is given by p square into p square minus 4q. So quadratic polynomial of course will become k into. Now can anybody tell me why does this k come into play over here? Can anybody tell me why does k comes into play over there? Yes, anyone? Now you will understand why extra classes are very important. Because we are doing nothing related to NCERT, we are doing actual numericals. This should be known by you. Anyone who can tell me why do we include k over here? Agnik, try it out.
K is a constant.
But why are we using it?
That there can be any polynomial.
Yes, there can be any polynomial. Had this been a equation, then the value for k will be 0. Clear? Had this been a polynomial equation. Clear? Is this numerical understood by everyone? These are some very important numericals which will help you in class 11th also. These are not numericals related to your class 10th basically. These numericals will help you in class 11th also. Understood? Do you want some time to copy it down?
Yes, sir.
I want you to calculate question number 20's answer now. Or you can write this numerical and do it later on at home as your homework. Do it later at your home as a homework. We will now start chapter number 3's revision, linear equations. Chapter number 2 has been going for 2 days, so we'll do chapter number 3 now. Please take a screenshot, or if you want to copy it down, you can copy. We'll do it as a homework. Okay, moving on to chapter number 3 now. I'll come to left. Now comes the original question. This is our chapter number 3, linear equation in. I hope this chapter is fresh in everybody's mind. If it's fresh, we give it a shot. We try out question number 3 first. Represent the situation graphically. You don't have to do it in proper graph. You just do one thing, whichever copy you're doing right now, just plot the points, or if it's like this, plot it, and I'll present you the actual graph, how it will look like, and then you will match it. Okay, you just have to represent it in graph paper first, and you'll have to tell me the type of graph obtained and type of solution also. I need a type of graph and type of solution. I hope people have understood what this type of graph and type of solution mean. Yes?
Sir.
I'll pause the video. Hurry up.
It's inconsistent.
It's, I need the type of graph. Only Agnik is telling the answer. Rest of you are sleeping. Type of graph obtained. Here we come with the solution over here. It's a parallel graph. How many have got a lines? How many have got a graph in which the lines are parallel? This is a type of graph. Now I would like to ask you that what is the type of solution? What is the type of solution over here? Huh? Yes?
No solution.
No solution. Or we can say consistent or inconsistent.
Sir, inconsistent.
Very good. It's inconsistent. Can you move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Now let's see. Gloria is walking, blah blah blah. Suresh is walking, blah blah points. Represent the situation graphically. Again, I need the type of graph and I need the type of solution. You have to write this too, okay? After you draw the graph, you have to write this type of graph, type of solution. I'll pause the video, try it out fast. Chalo, we start discussing. Again, we see it's a, as Agnik said, it's a parallel line. So we'll confirm it by the graph.
Sir, can we confirm it without plotting in the graph?
Without forming the graph, you'll have to form the equation. Okay, without forming the graph, no, first of all, we'll form the equation using this two and this two. Once we get the equation, you can do it, right? The equation formation is in class 11th. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, ये बन गया graph. So we see out here the graph formed is parallel, so we'll say it's inconsistent. Clear? Clear? Now comes question number 5. You have the first, second. You have two. I want you to tell me without drawing the graph whether this line will intersect, parallel, collide, whatever. These type of questions usually come for 1 marks, okay? In which you just simply ask that, tell if the lines are intersecting or parallel or coinciding. Tell me this one. Intersecting के लिए what is the condition?
Sir, number 1 will be intersecting.
Exactly.
And sir, number 2 will be coinciding.
Very good. Because number 1 में we see A1 by A2 not equals B1 by B2. So simply we say intersecting, we'll get a solution. That is unique solution. Second वाला में, you see that A1 by A2 is equals to B1 by B2. Do we see is equals to C1 by C2? 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. When all are equal, what will it say? It's coinciding and it has how many solutions? What type of solution? What type of solution will we get out here?
Sir, infinite solution.
Infinite solution. Very good. Now the homework for today is already given to you. Okay? Tomorrow we'll start revising. We'll complete this chapter's revision, chapter 3rd. Clear? And previous day's homework I want you all to revise once again, because those are very important numericals. If you face any difficulty in those numericals, you'll have to ask me. Now I'm